I have this trinomial divided by x minus 4. So go ahead and draw your division box and put x minus 4 on the outside. What we care about is making that x look like that. This first term drives the whole problem. The rest doesn't matter. So how does that x turn into that? What would you multiply this x by? Just a 5x. Put 5x, your linear term, right in the same column as all of my linear terms. My linear terms are in the middle column right here. Let's go ahead and multiply. So 5x times x is exactly what we wanted, 5x squared, but you have to multiply by the negative 4 also. 5x times the negative 4 is a negative 20x. All right, so we've multiplied. Do y'all remember what to do next? Subtract. Very good. So remember, we subtract everything on this line. You have to change the signs of all of those terms. So this 5x squared becomes negative, and that negative 20x becomes positive combined straight down. When you combine straight down, you get a 0 pair for the first part, which is what we wanted. And then negative 17 and a positive 20 is just going to be a 3x. Do y'all remember what to do next? Bring down. Good job. Let's bring down this negative 12. Y'all, how does an x turn into 3x? Yes, a positive 3. So write plus 3 at the top. So this is going to be 3x. And then, y'all, what's 3 times the negative 4? Negative 12. Y'all, what happens when I subtract these? They cancel out, and that gives me what kind of remainder? Y'all, not only is it 0, it just makes me so happy that there is not a remainder. There are so many things I know now. I know that x minus 4 is a factor. And y'all, we are dividing to find factors. We're not dividing for the fun of it. I also know that this, remember, this is called something that starts with the letter Q. Good, is also a factor. So important. I love when we do not get remainders because I know that I have factors. Is making that 3x look like 6x to the third. The rest doesn't matter. All we want is that 3x to look like 6x to the third. What can we multiply this by? 2x squared. Put all of your quadratics in the same row. Let's distribute, or same column. Let's distribute. 2x squared times 3x is exactly what we wanted, 6x to the third. And then, y'all, 2x squared times that negative 2 is going to be a negative 4x squared. And, guys, change those signs. Change those signs. So this is negative, this is positive. Combine straight down. So we are going to have a negative 12x squared. Don't forget to bring down that linear term, right? Plus 17x next to that. All right, here we go. So it's a 3x right now. I need it to be a negative 4x squared. So we multiply by a negative what? 4x. Y'all distribute that. Negative 4x times that 3x is exactly what we wanted. And then negative 4x times negative 2 is going to be positive, right? Plus 8x. What do we do next? Change the signs. So that's going to become positive. That 8x is going to become negative. So when we combine straight down, the quadratic terms go away, but 17 minus 8 is going to be 9. So write 9x. And then bring down this 6. Ooh, my bad. Negative 6. Write minus 6. Y'all, what's the last thing I'm going to write up there at the top? Yes, plus 3. So 3 times 3x is 9x. And 3 times a negative 2 is going to make me so happy because it's all going to cancel out. So there's no remainder. And I know factors. I love that. I know one of my factors is 3x minus 2. I know another factor is 2x squared minus 4x plus 3. All are factors. And that's what we're in the business of, finding factors. Wait, how'd I know they were factors? Because I did not have a remainder. No remainder means I have factors. Awesome. X squared. X squared is the driver of the problem. I want it to look like x to the fourth. We're going to multiply by an x squared. So that x squared is going all the way over here. Keep everything lined up. Stay out of trouble. Don't make careless mistakes. Keep everything in line. X squared times x squared is what we wanted. So I'm going to write x to the fourth. Y'all, what's x squared times a negative 3? Negative 3x squared. Make it all the way over here. You got to make your stuff all lined up. What's next? Change the signs. Yes. All right, guys. So those fourth terms cancel out. Y'all, this 0x to the third, I did need a placeholder for it. There's nothing to combine it with, so that goes away too. But not these quadratics. These combine to a total of 7x squared. Bring down your next term, which is the negative 3x. And there's only one thing I need to do. How does x squared turn into 7x squared? Just times 7, right? Plus 7, but put it way over there above the constant. All right, let's distribute. So that's going to be 7x squared. Ooh, y'all, 7 times the negative 3 is a constant, a negative 21. So move it over. Keep everything lined up. Let's change the signs. All right, our quadratic terms finally cancel out. Y'all, we have like a dangling negative 3x. You have to bring that down. Y'all, that negative 21, we didn't do anything with it. It's still in our work. And don't forget, we have to bring down the next number. We're on our next round, so we have to bring down that negative 12. Y'all, I'm going to combine those. That's making me crazy. I'm going to fix that. But before I do, I want to point out that we're done. This x squared, that's an exponent of 2. That's an exponent of 1. You can't go down. So that's the remainder. Oh my goodness, this is not a happy paper. Let's talk about what the remainder is. Your remainder is negative 3x plus 9. 21 minus 12 is 9. That is the remainder. On a test or a quiz, if I ask you what the remainder is, it's just going to be that. The quotient is different. The quotient is going to look like this. So the quotient is going to be x squared plus 7 plus, that remainder is now a numerator. It has to be over x squared minus 3. That whole thing is the quotient. So for synthetic division, we wrote the coefficients, bring down the very first term, and multiply. And guys, put it underneath the next column. Remember, then you combine straight down. 18 minus 15 is going to be a 3. Start all over. A 3 times a negative 3 is a negative 9. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. What's negative 3 times negative 2? Positive 6. Oh, what is happening over here?
0.
This is a happy problem. Why is this a happy problem? Because we found factors. No remainder is a factor. So, y'all, x plus 3 is a factor. And let's talk about how to write our answer from synthetic division. So remember, the highest degree was a 3. These are going to start with 1 degree less. So 5x squared plus 3x minus 2. 5x squared plus 3x minus 2 is also a factor. So awesome. Such a happy problem. It is 3, so 9 does come first, but you've got to write the quadratic term next. Then the linear term, then your constant. Are there any questions on why it's set up like that? All right. So guys, we're going to bring down the first term. You never mess with the first term. You just bring it straight down. We're going to multiply. That's going to give us a positive 18. That's going to be a 0, which means the next term is going to be a 0. Bring down a negative 16. And then 2 times, what's 2 times negative 16? What is it? Oh, that is so awesome. Why is that so awesome? No remainder. And why are we so happy when there's no remainder? I'll get it for you in a moment. So remember, x minus 2 is a factor. Also, guys, how do you write the quotient? 9x squared, then what? Minus 16. Good job. This is also a factor. Any questions on that? Same way, you would write a plus sign and it would be a fraction. I would have a number right here. So remember how we were writing these with a fraction? It would be the same way. Yeah, if that was, yeah. No, the original over that. Yeah, the original. Good question.